All right. Well, Natalie, welcome to the show. Before we dive in, could you give us a bit about your background and how you got into the space of entrepreneurship and self-improvement?
Yes, thank you for inviting me. Thank you so much. My background is 12 years in online
Wow.
courses. So I created businesses with corporations, with bloggers, with celebrities, becoming a partner of a celebrity and creating an online course or online training. Uh, together. So the blogger has an audience. This is the business. I don't know if you guys aware of this kind of online business, but I will tell you a little bit. So the blogger has
Yeah.
an audience, and me as a producer of online courses, I create the business side. So marketing, operations, finances, sales, everything, team, hiring the team. So it's a business side of creation, also creating online product itself. So the course can be on relationships, on spirituality, on investment, on anything. So I need to organize the topic, the content, the social media, how to sell it right, how to imagine which numbers we want and go there, and motivate everyone to go there. So that's my job for 12 years. And
Okay.
for the last 5 years, I also mentor people about their online business, about scaling their online businesses, and about conscious entrepreneurship, about mindfulness and balancing life and business. And most of my um, clients are women. So, because I had this problem that I that I solved, and I can share my experience. So the main problem of female entrepreneurs is too much stress, and you become less feminine. You
Mm.
become too masculine. You become like too controlling, and your team become less effective because you take all the power on yourself. Lack of other spheres of your life, like your relationships suffer with partner or with kids. Some women have kids already. I don't have, but I can help too. So they don't have a lot of free time. Um, they
Mm.
don't have any time for themselves because the business and the ambitions they have are too big, and
Mm.
they are inspired so much, so they want to go globally. They want to reach international markets. They want to scale it to like $1 million plus a year, you know so yeah, I help them to do it, but more in a conscious way, so they can save their time, money, and mental health. That's the most important.
Mm. So you're saying that women are basically getting depolarized through the stress.
Yes.
Do you think that only touches women that are in this realm of business, or does it also impact women
No,
around the world?
it's I think it's not only a female problem, it's also a problem of all online entrepreneurs, because we don't work in offices anymore, we work at home, and it's really hard to detach from your business and keep the life balance good, when you are on your phone or on your laptop all day round, and you're like, one quick thing again, and I go, but you never go. You just sit there for 12 hours, responding for everyone, and you're like, oh, I have this crazy idea. Oh, I want to scale. Oh, I want to do this new project, If you're driven by what you're doing, a passionate and active entrepreneur, and it's great, but
Mm.
not everyone has this energy and has this power to perform like that. But
Mm.
we are all humans, we are growing up. I'm 35 now, and I
Wow. You don't look
understand.
it.
Thank you. And I understand with the age, you start understand that your physical health, your mental health is the most important, your happiness is the most important, and the money you make finally will not make you happy, because I made lots of money and I had a personal crisis at the age of 30, 32, and I didn't know like what is my motivation again, like
Mm.
if not money, then what? If money are not motivating me anymore, I don't have so much pleasure from money, from competing and like gaining more and more and more and spending more and more. What is my
Mm.
motivation then? And during this middle age crisis, I understood a lot about myself, and I understood what is my true motivation, what is my spirit wants, and now I'm driven by the higher needs, I think, spiritual
Mm.
needs, mission,
Like a higher
like this.
purpose. Mm.
Yes, the purpose.
Mm. There's a lot to unpack there. So you mentioned stress, you mentioned mindsets. Um,
Yeah.
so what could you identify the actual problems, and then how would you go and solve them?
Yes, the actual problems of people that I'm working with are anxiety.
Mm.
The level of anxiety is like crazy, and I think it's all around the world. It's crazy right now because the attention we have now is too short, and we
Mm.
cannot focus. We're always multitasking, and we are trying to do 5 different tasks at the same time, but it's not
Mm-hmm.
effective. So with this, I work on focus with them. Like we're doing mindfulness practices, and the focus becomes like sharp, and the mind starts being effective and creative. Because when you are anxious, you have too many feelings. You are thinking a lot. You are overthinking. You're maybe afraid of something, and that doesn't really exist.
Mm.
So we
It's all
work,
in the minds.
yes. So I work on 3 levels with any problem that we have. Like even if the problem is anxiety, or the problem is stress, or the problem is not balanced lifestyle, or the problem is a lot of tasks the business person has that is not his tasks. This task can be delegated, and the person can be much
Mm.
more happy with the role, with the talent he has, because I'm not good at operations, for example, but I'm good at
Mm-hmm.
strategy. Why should I do operations then? I hire operational manager, and like I advise my clients to hire exact people that they need. For example, one of my clients who works with me like more than a year now, in her pace. First, we worked like once a week, first 2 or 3 months, and now we work just once a month, because she is like she needs just sustainable support. So her team grew from like 12 people to 70 something people, and
Wow.
her profits grew like 4 times in a year, and she
Damn.
became much free, because she was working like 12 hours a day, not having time for her husband and for kids, and not having time for travel. And she loves traveling, she lives in Singapore, and she has a big online business, also in online education. And now she
Mm-hmm.
travels, and now she has money, she has good relationships with her partner and with her kid, and meets her family regularly. And before, she was like, no, I cannot go to vacation because my team cannot do it without me, she was afraid to leave her
Mm.
team.
Which
And
is
she was,
understandable, but yeah.
yeah, she was anxious about like what will be with my profits, they will lose everything while I'm on vacation. but but after like 3 months of working, she left the Singapore to Japan for 2 weeks, not opening her phone, and that was like a breakthrough for her because she was like, I can't believe I'm doing this. So she was so happy, and in 2 weeks they gained twice more money than
Wow.
usually because her team got the responsibility and the power that they needed to create new funnel for webinars without her, and it gained twice the profits,
Mm.
so and then they sustainably grew 2 times more, during the year. So, and they grew the team and operations, and different departments, and now they have team buildings like every year going to some vacation together. So it's a dream business right now for her. And
Mm.
before it was like she was afraid of leaving this small child, alone. That was the
Mm.
problem. So now she looks like a woman. She looks like, oh, I was at massage right now, just working like 2 hours a day. But this is a self work. I'm not telling it's just my thing, like that I helped her, but that was her job, intentional inner work that I just maybe inspired her and showed her the instruments that I
Absolutely.
can
Yeah.
show, but because if the person has no intention of changing the lifestyle and the problem, it will never change, and even
Mm.
the beautiful coach and mentor and advisor cannot do anything if the person is not ready and is not listening to you and not trusting you.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. No, it's like you can bring a horse to water, but you can't force it to drink, right? At some point, they're gonna
Yes,
have to do the work.
yes.
You can't do that much to help them if they're not going to do anything.
Yeah, so my method, you were asking like how I work. I work on 3 levels. It's physical, mental, and soul level. So
Okay.
I understood in my like 17 years of self-development, I practiced like hundreds of practices. Oh
Mm.
my God, I tried like 20 types of yoga, different breath works and different practices for the body, kundalini and other things, tantra, like all the things that were available. I was trying them for self-development. And after that, I understood that if I were doing three things, three main things, but sustainably I would grow faster. So now I teach my clients to do these three things on 3 levels at the same time. So on a physical level, to connect to themselves, I teach them to do a little bit of yoga because yoga helps you to connect with your feelings, with your intuition, and entrepreneurs have a lot of mind work, and usually we're too much here and not in our body. We don't feel how much stress in the body. So we need to learn how to feel our bodies. And yoga, I practice yoga since I'm like 21. So I know what is the feeling when I'm doing yoga and then when I'm not doing yoga. I also go to gym, I also dance, but I know that yoga is the instrument that is like making this job. So I will never stop doing it. Even if you have like 10 minutes a day, just do it, just do a
Mm.
small yoga practice to connect to your body. It's not only about physical health, it's about mental health, and it's about creativity, it's about connection to yourself and to your highest self.
Mm.
So
Would you encourage also men to do this or not?
of course, everyone.
Yeah. Everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Because men are more even like more rigid or more like stiff, in their muscles. You go to
Yeah.
gym, you grow your bicep, and,
Yeah.
and you
You're not as
sometimes
flexible. Yeah.
yeah, men going like this, like a mountain.
Yeah, no, it is
So
important to, yeah. Mm.
from perspective of physical health, in like 70 years from now, these mountains will be like very in bad condition in 70 years,
Mm.
I love longevity, I love health, and I love stable growth. So we should start early. So
Mm.
you should increase your mobility, and like 10, 15
Completely agree.
minutes of yoga, it's like necessary just like a gymnastics in the morning or in the evening. For example, I did my workout today in the gym and then cardio. And in the evening before sleep, I will do yoga just to relax and a little bit stretch, my muscles. So you can
Hmm.
combine. Not every day you need to do yoga for 1 hour, it can be too much if you are not yogi professional. I
Mm.
learned a lot from teachers from abroad, from United States, from Greece, yoga therapy, a lot of yoga teachers trainings,
Wow.
and I
Okay.
really love it. It was my hobby, and I was teaching yoga even in Cyprus and here in Bali. So maybe I will continue. It's just my hobby because I like can share my love to yoga, and yeah, I can do it for free. I I really
No, that's great.
it
That's
just
great.
recharges me even more than money, when I do
Mm.
it. So
And
the
how long would you like if you had to give a time for yoga? How long should one do it for, and how regularly should they do it?
um I think first, so the three levels I mentioned, so yoga is the first instrument, and um, it differs from, like, some people can start with the physical aspect, like yoga. Some people can start with soul level. So I usually guide people individually. So I check, it's not
Mm.
like every person is the same.
Yeah.
I just need to look through the what we have, like, because I have a lot of experience of hiring a lot of people, of checking the talent of an expert. As a producer, I need to see the person's talents and what we have here before launching a product with this
Oh,
person.
absolutely.
Because
Mm.
if I don't check it, we will lose all the money and I will lose the time and resources.
Mm.
So uh yeah,
So
we
there's
need
no
to
magic
check it.
number.
Yeah, so I know how to analyze what we have, the talents and the problems that we have. I have very
Mm-hmm.
analytical mind. So I'm checking where is the more problems. So where we should start, from body, from the soul, or from the mind. Some people have a good body connection and they are not overweight, and they understand when they feel pain, when they feel stress in their body. So, but they don't understand, for example, their feelings, and they don't
Mm.
understand what I want in my life, what is the strategy of my life, what I want to do in 10, 15, 20 years. They don't know it. So we start with the soul level then. Or if, for example, person has a lot of critics inside, or perfectionism, or like different programming that is not working for him, for his growth. So we start with the mind level. Then mind level is coaching sessions, executive coaching I'm doing, and psychology, uh, cognitive psychology.
Okay.
And I just combine the methods and like help people with the mindset. And if we're talking about soul level, that's about mindfulness and meditations. So we go in a
Okay.
deep meditation and we go heal some moments. Sometimes it's from childhood, sometimes uh,
Mm.
it's different problems, like, but sometimes visualizations of the future, because for example in normal state you cannot imagine what you want. For example, one girl was like, I'm already have enough of everything, but I don't know where to go, I don't know what I want in 10 years. And we going in meditation, and we from some subconscious mind, you can take the information into the conscious. So we work like this. It's a different
Okay.
kind of sessions,
Okay. And do you also do breath work,
Yeah, breath
meditation?
work. Yes, breath work. I also use it before going to meditations, because breath
Okay.
is connected to our subconscious, so it gives us the opportunity to go deeper to subconscious. So it's
It
kind
opens the
of,
door to the
yeah,
session of going deeper. Okay.
yes, yes,
That's very interesting.
yes. And before mind sessions, like strategy sessions, we also sometimes I do it just to tune the person in the right mindset. Yes.
Okay. 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 That's very interesting. So when it comes to anxiety, stress, you would do focus exercises like meditation and others. That's
Yeah,
very good.
usually I work on all three levels, but
Mhm.
as I cannot start with all three at once, person will
Mhm.
explode of new information if he never did it, if he never did
Mhm.
therapy or coaching or yoga or meditation, he will be like, just what? It's super a lot, So
Mhm.
I just need to
Overwhelming. Mm.
start step by step. Like we start with this, then we go here. It's like in 4 months you can do everything, and you can teach the person every skill he needs to be whole and connected in any situation, and to perform better and be more creative. Because when you have this balance, you are more
Mm.
creative. You like create things like that, like new projects, new ideas, and you implement those ideas right
Okay.
away, not like postponing them. Oh, someday I will do this project, like you start doing too.
Okay. And what about self-confidence? I saw that you mentioned that
Yes,
on Instagram. How would you go about that?
self-confidence is a big problem too, because
Mm.
usually people like a lot of entrepreneurs have narcissistic problem. Yeah.
Tendencies. Okay. Yeah.
Yes, and we see it a lot online, and it's kind of a tendency of our modern society that we behave
Yeah.
even better on social media than we are, and it's a lot of fake there. And
Mm.
but it's unhealed
A lot of
childish
ego.
traumas. Yes, so advocate of therapy. And usually when if the person has some problems with psychology, I don't work with them as psychotherapist. I give them a special person who is like 10 years in psychotherapy and who can heal them professionally, because I'm a mentor. I can
Mm-hmm.
diagnose the situation, like analyze it, and bring any specialists that is needed, like how I do in a business. I hire different people to the project every time, with the entrepreneurs working one on one. I also can hire some different, like, energy coaches, tantra coaches, authenticity coaches, like dance classes, or anything that we need to help the person to grow. And it's individual plan, I don't know what exactly the person needs before I talk to him first time, so I designed this plan of the growth for the person, so he can or she can perform better at work and can grow in money, in relationships, in the freedom. And after I have this plan, we implement this plan together, and then we have results. That's how it works.
Mm. Yeah, because self-confidence has deeper roots than just having like a back pain or something. It's not
Of
why you do
course.
yoga and you think it goes deeper.
It goes deeper.
Mm.
Self-confidence, I would start self-confidence with a therapy. That's the first thing, yeah. Because if self-confidence root is in the childhood, then you need like to understand which traumas were
Where
in
it
the
comes from, yeah.
childhood. Yes,
Mm.
but at the same time, with the therapy, I do my sessions, like my coaching sessions, talking to a person and understanding if the therapy is going to the right direction, like if it's really working. And we adding the meditations too, like soul connection, because um, from the spirituality level, psychology doesn't have this what spirituality has. So I combine two, because they're really different, but we need to use the instruments of both of them. It's very nice. Why not? So on the level of spirituality, you can, if you have like self-confidence problems, you can meditate, and I can give practices about self-confidence, like meditations directly to improve self-confidence. So for example, I am meditation. I just did it yesterday for a girl. I am meditation. And she said, wow, I really like it. It's like now I feel a lot more confident and a lot more brave to do any project. I'm like, wow, great. It was like 10 minutes meditation, but person feels inspired already. Of course, to have like sustainable results, you need to work on neurons connections for several months. It doesn't work like, okay, 10 minutes and we are done here. I would love if our mind will work like this, but I
Actually,
will
yeah.
not lie. Yeah, it takes time. You need to repeat those things, to make them work.
Absolutely. Mm.
Yeah, that's why you need a person, like you need a mentor or a coach or someone who can lead you, and you can repeat those practices and become a better person and a better entrepreneur. Because if you're going alone, no one will support you on the way. You will be
Mm.
trying different things like this chaotically, and who is like evaluating the results from
Mm.
point A to point B,
So,
it's
so you're
just
saying
like
it's not possible to do it by yourself, or it's harder?
it's possible, but it took me 17 years. I don't
Yeah.
want for you or someone to take
Yeah.
it so long,
Mm.
it's
That's
like
why you're there. Yeah.
crazy.
Exactly.
It's too
That is a
long.
long time. Okay. I wanted to dive into relationships because obviously
Okay.
relationships aren't the same as they were 30,
Yes,
50, 100
true.
years ago.
True.
What are your thoughts on that? And how would you advise young men and women to navigate this treacherous world of relationship there is today?
Yeah, I understand what you mean. Nowadays, I see that people become more independent and counter dependent. You know what does it mean? Like the attachment style.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so there is an anxious attachment style, counter dependent, and healthy attachment style.
Mm-hmm.
So less and less I see a healthy attachment. I don't really see it right now somehow. But people don't want to have relationships. I see a lot of lonely people, alone people, and for it's my opinion, maybe
Yeah, no, absolutely.
someone don't want a family, someone want to be alone. It's okay.
Yeah, that's free
But
to them.
for me, I want to have a family. I want to have a good healthy relationships. And when I see a lot of people on social media and dating apps that are just like, let's be friends, I'm like, why are you on dating app then if you just want to be friends? It's not honest, like
Mm.
intention, because they are maybe afraid of being in this intimacy, in this deep connection, because you need to have responsibility, you need to take care of someone, financial risks, emotional risks. Yes, you need to be a grown up person to enter healthy
And be mature
relationships.
enough to understand and
Yes,
support it. Yeah, absolutely.
yes, yes.
Mm.
So nowadays, I see that there is a tendency to just stay alone, and not to make good
No strings
couples.
attached. Yeah,
Yeah. And there is a lot of on Instagram, there is a lot of reels about that, you know.
like pushing for
That
like casual sex and like
yes.
going around and yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And
And
a
you see
lot
that
of
a bad
people
thing,
are
obviously.
suffering.
Mm.
Yeah, a lot of people suffer about this, but I see that I am as a person, as a mentor, I also motivate people that are coming to me to be more conscious about dating.
In what way?
And in what way? Just to behave healthy in early dating stages and afterwards in relationships.
What do you mean
For
by that?
example,
Yeah.
for example, do not um, do not like be overwhelmed with love in the
Okay.
first date. For example, you saw a person, give yourself time, at least one day
To not rush it.
to yes, just to digest it because you were like, oh my gosh, she's so good, or he is so good. Oh my God, he's the man of my dream. I'm thinking of family with him, you know, like girls are thinking like this.
Like
Oh
chill
my
out.
God,
Yeah.
he's so gentleman. He was opening the door for me. He paid for the bill. He will be definitely a good father, you know?
Like then
And
don't have your expectations too high because they could come crumbling
yes,
down.
yes, because and you need to have healthy boundaries because if you will be dating like uh 24 hours with the person from the first date, there is a risk that you don't see something, you know, because you are already in a flow of hormones. You are already like blind, you know, and you don't see anything. And then your friends and your parents tell you like, don't didn't you see he was like this? And you're like, I didn't see
Mm.
anything, you know. So you just need to be conscious and keep your energy with yourself and connect to yourself every day. Like, what do I feel near this guy? Or what do I feel near this girl? You know, how was it for me? And do I want something more? You know, like coaching sessions with yourself, like in meditation, in your diary. Because when we don't reflect on what's happening, we're just going too fast, and then we can find something not beautiful there, you know, like that we could see on early stages of dating, you know. I had this mistake myself, you know, when I rushed too fast. I'm like, oh my God, like this. So with growing up, you understand that let's take it slow, let's take it healthy. Like, okay, we are dating today, first time. The dating coaches that I'm taking education like every time, like every month, because I'm education freak, I think. Because it's my niche, you know, and I
Mm.
came to this niche online education because I love online education. And I had like I don't know, thousands of courses, I think, because of my profession
Mm.
and because of my interest. So dating coaches, they say first date is should be not longer than like 2 3 hours, because if you stay like 5 6 8 hours on the face first date, it can be too much, like
Mm-hmm.
this crash together, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So and they say like keep 2 days of, like after first date, like just stay for 2 days alone, thinking what was like, having attention to other spheres of your life, to your work, to self growth, and then go to another date to check in what do you feel for this person, you know?
Mm.
Because nowadays people, or they don't want to dating. They're just, oh, hi, yes, we will have another meeting, of course. And then they never message you, you know.
Yeah.
This is the first version. And the second version, this is the counter dependent version of the person. And the anxious attachment style is like, let's meet again tomorrow in the morning, and then after tomorrow, and then
Yeah.
every day for 5 hours a day, you know?
Yeah.
And we sleep together in one room since tomorrow. I'm
Yeah, like
like,
too fast.
what?
Yeah, like
Yes,
chill out. Yeah.
yes.
Mm.
So this is two behaviors that are not healthy. Let's do it more balanced and more
Like
like
taking your
peaceful
time step by
and
step.
more connected.
Mm.
Yes, more connected to yourself, your feelings.
Mm. And what do you think of casual dating? In a sense of, dating just for, and having it in mind, like, I'm just going to date her, or I'm going to date him for, a couple of months. What do you think of that?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't date like this.
Yeah.
I don't date like this. For me,
And why
it's
don't you?
wasting of my
Oh,
energy.
okay.
Wasting of my energy. I'm here to create something sustainable because I'm not 18 already. You know, when I was 18, I think it's okay just to have fun and it's good. But I'm 35. I want to have a family. I have in mind what it should be. It's kind of a project, you know. When you have a business project, you will not like be flinging around. You just will be growing it, nurturing it, you know, with a business partner that you chose to grow together in this business. This is the same. You just need to be precise which partner you should take for this project, you know, to grow the project of your family together and your children together. And it's a big choice, you know. You need
Absolutely,
to
yeah.
be conscious about choosing this person, because if you choose the wrong person, it will be suffering for many years.
I completely agree. Yeah, no, you can't.
Yeah.
You can't go. Yeah, because a lot of people just think, it's a love story, and oh, I've got the prince charming or the princess, and life's gonna be great. Have loads of kids, but on the long term, it is, as you said, like a non-investment, but like it is a very, very important decision to take, because if you fuck it up, you
Yes.
basically fuck up your life, and if not worse, your kid's life. So it is a very conscious decision to take.
Yes.
I completely agree.
Yes, of course, first month you don't know if
Oh,
it's a
yeah.
princess or a prince, but later you need to set a boundary, because you cannot date like casually forever. It will hurt someone's feelings, can hurt if the other person wants family, you know, and you're dating casually for 5 years, and it's like it's too much for this person, can be. So it's about alignment of the vision in the beginning. When you start to know each other, you ask questions. What is your vision? When we like, what is dating for you? How much time do you need approximately? I don't know, to feel safe with me. For how many months? I don't know, like to know me, you know, because for some people, uh, I need, for example, at least 1 month of knowing a person uh, to create emotional connection and trust, you know, because I don't want to go to travel with a person that I don't know. I traveled a lot in my life.
Hmm.
I'm not in a need of travel. So now when a guy comes to me and says like, Natasha, let's go travel. We just had one date and now we go to the world tour. I will pay for everything. You don't need to care about anything. Let's go. I'm like, no, no.
No, thank you.
Yeah,
Mm.
it can cost me more than money,
Yeah.
because I don't know you. Why should I go with you? I'm not in a need,
Mm. There's this term that's been going around for a while now. The whole concept of high value individuals, so high value men, high
Yeah,
value women. How would you? How
yeah.
would you? I've lost the word. How would you define a high value man? And then on the contrary, how would you define a high value woman? And obviously on your on
Oh,
your
great
on
question.
your point of view, obviously.
Okay. So my point of view, I think, is more detailed.
Okay. Oh, please go ahead.
So, high value man is financially stable, mentally healthy, physically developed, like sportive, and yeah, caring about his body and about his health every day, also about mental health, and caring about his finances. So these three things. And also, he knows how to treat a woman. So he is emotionally available. He knows female psychology, how to talk to women, what are their needs, how to date with women, what they want usually, how to treat them, how to support them. So they need to know a lot about women. Uh, I think it's like this, if to be like
Yeah.
sharp and concrete. Yes. So the additional bonus is spiritual. Spiritual, connected person who is on his mission, who knows what he does, who brings a lot of light to the world, who treats other people well, pays good salaries to his team, and doesn't sell drugs or
It's not a jacket.
other
Yeah. Okay.
like
Yeah.
things, Yeah, so
Legal.
he's on a mission of
Like purpose
doing
driven.
some great, yes, purpose-driven person, obviously. And I think these characteristics are for women too. I mean, like, women should be healthy mentally and physically too. Uh, should be also connected to the higher self, to know who she is here, why she is here, like what she is doing for other people, what she shares, what values she has to share, how she helps other people. And about finances, also she needs to have her money too, not to be dependent on the masculine totally, you know. As a person from a former Soviet Union, Eastern Europeans, we have this idea of man is paying for everything, and the man's money is our money, and the girl's money is her money. So we have like this. It's a lot of misunderstanding in the Western world about it, and feminists, they
Wait,
don't
do
like
you
this
agree with this or not?
topic.
I didn't catch that. Do you agree with that too
Um,
or not?
I agree with that because it's polarity, feminine and masculine.
Good.
So
Okay.
I agree with the masculine taking the lead
Providing for his family, protecting.
and
Yeah.
providing for a family. But feminists and some Western people, they say it's 50-50. We are partners for life, and I think it's a choice of a person and his cultural background. And I really don't like fight with these people. I just understand if the guy is not available for providing the family, I just will not choose him. He will choose another girl, and it's
Yeah.
okay for
I mean,
me,
yeah. I completely agree. We're not here
So,
to force ideologies to people, right? We've got opinions, and then
yes,
they do what they want.
they do what they want, and we just choose what we want for ourselves, and there is a variety in the world, so we can choose whatever we want. If you want guy like this, you take the guy like this. If you want the guy like this, you take the guy like this, and the girl, and
Yeah,
it's
I mean,
okay,
there's about
totally.
anything nowadays, so you've got a wide variety of. I mean, you just have to pick.
Yeah, yeah, you just have to pick. If you want free relationships when you can sleep with anyone, it's also great. If it's okay for you, for your happiness right now, if that's what you chose to do right now. I'm not having any judgments about types of relationships because I was in different situations myself, and I was choosing different things myself, and I understand how I felt back then. that was needed for that stage of my life, you know. And now I'm this stage of my life, and maybe something will change in
Who
10
knows?
years. I don't know.
Who knows? Yeah.
Yeah, so about the high value man and woman, I told you there are four things: mental, physical, financial, and spiritual, that I appreciate. And what about global vision of this? I think it's the same, but I think it's more uh, society right now dictates like high value is a lot about luxury,
Mm.
and I don't think it's a balance. I love luxury.
Yeah, I mean, like, yeah,
Don't
like,
get
why
me
not? Like, if
wrong.
it's there, it's there, right?
Yes,
Okay, yeah.
yes. I love luxury. I love rich destinations like hotels, like wealthy
Mm.
places, and this energy. But I don't want people to put it on the pedestal, because the first you need to find a person, and high value is from the inside, as for me. Because if even if he has Porsche and $10 million on his bank account, but he doesn't
Yeah.
love you or he treats you not good, you will be suffering for all your life because of money.
Mm.
No, you don't want it. So it's not a high value man if he has something, but something in wealth, but not in mental
Okay.
health. It's not
Yeah, it's funny because I was
matchable,
gonna
you
ask you the
know?
question of which one would you put as a top priority out of all the financial, physical, mental. So you would put the mental and spiritual up top.
Mental health,
Yeah,
yes,
over physical
at
and
top, because
financial.
yes, yes. I mean, like physical can grow
Yeah.
and financial will grow after mental. Because if you have the right mindset, you have the right things here, the levels will grow,
Mm.
you know. You become like, oh, why I'm not going to the gym? I can go to the gym. Like, let's go, you know, and it's easy for you. Or why I'm not earning like 10K more a month? Okay, it's easy for me. Let's go do it, you know. But if you have the problem here, I saw a lot of wealthy people, you know. I was consulting wealthy people, and my area of like my niche of clients are really wealthy
Mm-hmm.
people. So I saw their problems, and the wealthiest person that I consulted was like $12 million a
Wow, a
month.
month.
This is
Wow,
crazy.
that's crazy
Yes.
money.
So we were talking, yeah, we were talking about growing his income to 20 million a month. So I decomposed the goal for him, and we were talking about the strategy to grow there. So even the wealthiest people have problems, mental, physical, and they have something to
They're
do,
still
you
human. Yeah,
know.
absolutely.
Usually, yeah, usually when they have this intention of growing in money, and they spend a lot of years on going there, and it's great, but some areas of their life lack of their attention. For example, physical health, they need to go to check their body, you know. They need to eat healthy, they don't eat well,
Mm.
you know. And it's a lot about of conscious attitude to your body, and conscious attitude to your mental health too, because sometimes they take a lot of risks, and after that they don't rejuvenate and don't have enough of uh,
Mm-hmm.
rest after big decisions, you know. And they have anxiety, sometimes panic attacks. So they have what to do,
Mm-hmm.
you know. They need us wellness coaches and mindfulness coaches, and yeah.
Mm. You mentioned earlier that you wanted a somewhat emotional man. Could you dive deeper into that? And I just want to see what you mean by emotional, like emotionally, like intelligent.
Emotionally intelligent and emotionally
available.
available, because yes, available emotionally, what does it mean? It means that he can feel love, for example, if we're talking about relationships, because sometimes men cannot feel, they're just like, I don't feel anything,
Fucking
I
like a
don't feel
mountain, like you said
love,
earlier.
I never felt love.
Yeah.
Yes, frozen, like frozen, and you cannot connect on a deeper level. You just can talk about money or like
Like physical
fashion
stuff,
or
yeah.
something, yeah, but you cannot connect on emotional level, and when you say, I'm sad today, I was crying all day, and he was like, um,
Sure.
how is the weather?
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
what is this? Is this support or what?
No, I completely agree.
Like,
And if your man was on the opposite side saying, I cried today and blah blah blah, and being very very emotional, is that something you find that's okay?
it's okay. It's amazing. I mean, like, he's in contact with his feelings, and I can support him, and I can go deeper in connection with him if he's open to be vulnerable with me. It's amazing. I mean, there is a misunderstanding in the society that man is weak when he shares his emotion. No, he's not weak. He is the strongest man ever because he's so brave to show this to his woman. He trusts her so much that he can be anyone with her, and she can be anyone and can be accepted. It's great when you can share your emotions on the both
It's very
sides.
important.
Yes.
Completely agree. Perfect. Well, we finished the relationship chapter. I was just curious that you're in
Yeah.
Bali now, right? I've understood. Why
Yes.
Bali? And how did you get into why did you start your business in the first place?
Okay, so first question about Bali. Bali Bali was my was my choice 2 years and a half ago. Um, I was living abroad for 7 years already, traveled 33 countries, learned several languages, like I can understand 6 languages,
Wow, that's
and
impressive.
I really love thank you. I really love different countries and different nationalities. I think since I was a child, I wanted to be a traveler and live abroad. Yes, I was writing in my diary, like, I want to live somewhere there, like in United States and there. And my parents were
You're
like,
crazy.
"What? We don't have money for this, girl." So, yeah, I was dreaming a lot. And when I had the opportunity to go, started travel, when I had money for it. And I left my country 7 years ago,
Wait, sorry, what country is
and
that?
I uh, I was
Okay,
living
so
in
Russia.
Russia. I'm Russian
Oh, okay.
Ukrainian. My
That's
mother is
interesting.
Ukrainian. My father is Russian. Yeah, so I'm a mix. Yes, and I have families on both sides in both countries, and I really like those countries. But I spent half of my childhood there, half there, and I really love these places and nature and people, smart, and but I felt that's not my place. That's all I felt,
Out of place,
that I
yeah.
need to move. And yeah, and I left to Cyprus first, 7 years ago, and I lived there for 2.5 years. Then I left to Thailand. I moved for two and a
Where
half
was that in
years, I think,
Thailand?
too. Kopangan, Bangkok, Kopangan, Koh Samui,
The whole
Phuket,
list.
Koh Chang, everything, Pai, yes. All the digital
Yeah,
nomad
exactly.
places I know in Thailand. And after that, Bali, of course. So Bali was my conscious choice. After Thailand, I was traveling to Switzerland, my dream country. And I was like, what should I do next? Where should I have my base? And I had three options: United States, Mexico, and Bali. And I was I'm a very structured person, analytical mind. So I put everything in mind maps, and I put like pluses and minuses of each destination. And Bali had yes, Bali had the most points of all three of this, and it was easy to go. I've been there already. I don't need to to get used to new culture. Like in United States, you need to have like problems with like renting your house, like credit cards. I don't know. Like I was there for 2 weeks as a tourist, but I'm not sure I want to go to live. Maybe someday, but I need to have different intention. So I was just enjoying my life back then. I was at meditation retreat, like I was meditating 8 hours a day for 3 months in India in ashram. And I was like, okay, I just need to ground my knowledge about mindfulness in a proper place. And it was Bali, because expat community here is great, consciousness, spirituality,
So I've heard.
like more than maybe in any other place. So it's a lot of like-minded people here who meditate a lot, who are into spirituality, who are healthy lifestyle. Yeah, so you can talk about this every
You
day
got a
with
good community
everyone,
there.
what you feel, what you experience.
And
Yes.
that's important to have a community of like-minded
So,
people to lift you up.
yes. So we have expat community. I don't know how many people, like hundreds of people in the chats. Actually, if someone is coming to Bali, I can be a guide in terms of like showing the secret places for entrepreneurs, like business clubs, like business communities that are here, and they are closed usually. It takes time for you to understand where to go and to which parties and with whom to talk. So yeah, because they're not published in
It
the
makes sense,
internet,
yeah.
like we are
Because
having
yeah,
masterminds
it's like pretty
tomorrow,
private, and you don't want it to be. I
Yeah,
wouldn't say contaminated, but like you don't want.
yeah,
Yeah, I understand.
yeah. So a lot of private events, and I want to do my own community here too, like not only here
What
but
kind of community? Like
online,
a retreat kind of
international
community, or
retreats, everything, like in community with the entrepreneurs who are evolved entrepreneurs, like who have healthy habits. Like we talked today about high value people. Okay, let's say high value people there. Maybe it's too, I don't know, posh, I don't know. But okay, just developed conscious entrepreneurs who have healthy habits, who have ambitious plans, but want to live in balance. um, so events for them, practices of mindfulness, business masterminds, everything to grow together, because we don't have business communities like this now here. We have different business communities with different goals, but like this we don't have yet. So I was like,
yeah, there's a
I
gap in
need
the
this
markets.
myself, I
Yeah,
need, yeah, I need this myself. I need like-minded people, and I am actually aware of how to create communities. I did it before when I lived in Cyprus. In one day, like 150 women
wow,
joined my community, and we were practicing yoga
that's
together,
incredible.
doing sports. It was healthy community. Yeah, and I know like what it gives me. It gives me a lot of love, a lot of
100%.
gratitude for all those people, and a lot of friends and a lot of connections. and till now they are remembering me, you know, and they're inviting me to their houses, they're feeding me, you know, like
Yeah,
it's a
the power
great
of
resource
networking.
to
Yeah,
have
it
this
is
community.
fascinating.
Yes. So here I can, as I know a lot of people, I know like a lot of influencers and networkers and bloggers and entrepreneurs and freelancers, like a lot of different people. And I just want to gather them on a values level of our values, what we value in life, you know, so we can grow together and yeah, participate in all the events together, even if we are not in Bali anymore, to connect online afterwards. So now I'm working on technical side to to make a presentation, to launch it, you know, but already I have a list of people who want to join.
That's
So
great. It's honestly
yeah,
fantastic.
so I'm
That's
not
it's
alone
great to
there.
hear that. So you would you
Yeah.
encourage anyone in this
Yes.
space to, for one, travel around the world, discover new cultures, immerse yourself in different languages and different communities, and also join communities of like-minded people? Hmm.
Of course, of course. This is how you grow. This is a stage of evolution that you need to be in, you know. Maybe at some stage of your life you don't need it anymore, when you are already like with family
Hmm.
and kids and you need a special school and you need to stay in one place. But before then, travel, explore, join the communities, talk with everyone, share experiences, grow. Even with children, I have a lot of entrepreneurs, friends who are with small children, like 1 to 3 years old. Yeah, and they travel with them, and they in business a lot, like making lots of money and living spiritual life at the same time, like helping people. So it's also all
Hmm.
possible,
That's
you know.
incredible. How did you get into doing your business? Yeah.
Uh, it was a long time ago. It was like 12 years ago. Uh, that was a crisis, actually. I felt in my job, I was at corporate job. That was my first and last job ever. I was working there for 4 years during the university, and I was a manager there, like hiring people and solving issues. Like it was a retail and very, very popular company, corporation, very big one. And I felt that corporate world is not for me. I felt that I don't have qualities of my personality to grow
It
in a
doesn't align with
corporate
the values of the
world.
company and
I
the
felt
corporate world. Hmm.
no. Mm, yes, I felt I cannot be like this, you know, like talking with everyone. And like the corporation where I stayed, it was like this. People who were like talking with everyone, like with the leaders of the
Yeah,
company,
like
like
yeah,
let's go grab coffee, like let's be friends. And if I don't like a person, I will
yeah,
not do this, you know. But they were like okay, if even if they don't like the
yeah.
person, they will do it
Unfortunately,
for the
that's a
job,
game
for
in
the
corporate
for
worlds.
the
Is
growth.
you gotta lick everybody's butts to go up.
Yes. And I was like, how come guys you can do this? I will
Exactly.
never
Yeah.
grow like this, because I cannot do this. You can see it on my face if I don't like you, you know. And so I can yeah, so I
Mm.
cannot lie, you know. So I was like, okay, I spent 4 years to grow, and I saw this tension, and I understood that this tension I cannot overcome. And even if I be growing somehow, like I mean personal growth, it will not help me in this case, because it's
Mm.
like different values. So I was like, okay, I quit, and what should I do then? I should do my business, okay? And as I was in personal growth and I liked online education, I was so inspired of Coursera and Udemy and everything that was just beginning back then. And I was like, I need to go there. It's a lot of money, a lot of possibilities, a lot of excitement, a lot of mm, good things for people, value for people. So I need to learn it and I need to do it. So I learned how to create online courses. I started creating. I started to work with
Mm-hmm.
biggest corporations, teaching their employees. And then Instagram started, and I started to work with influencers on Instagram, then with influencers on YouTube. So yeah, it's just I think my way, my mission is um, to make
Mm-hmm.
people's life better, more quality life. I wish
Absolutely.
for
Mm.
everyone in this world. So I do it with online courses. I did it with online courses that I created with all these people, influencers, and like with big audiences, like 10 million subscribers. Partner I had just recently, very famous, and we did product online product together, very good about consciousness, and I can influence like this, and I can influence by myself speaking to you, like sharing my values, working with clients one-on-one on in masterminds in my community that I create. So all this is for creating more value and quality life of each person in the world who want to grow, who want to change.
Fantastic.
Yes, I
Fantastic.
want to help.
And
I'm
on
here.
last thought, what advice would you give to anyone that wants to start entrepreneurship and they're scared to take the first step?
Just be brave and yeah, I mean, like, maybe it doesn't work like from one word, but just repeat to yourself every day that I can do this. If I already have a thought of being entrepreneur, that
Mm.
means I can do it, so I just start maybe from not from the first business I will be successful. Don't expect to be a millionaire in the first
It's a
month,
long process, yeah.
don't expect, please, because it takes time. Usually people, because they have this expectation, they leave entrepreneurship in the first year of trials. They're like, oh, everyone is so successful on this Instagram, I should be successful too. So if I'm not like this, something is wrong with me. No, it's all good with you. People just share success stories to motivate
Yeah.
you, not to demotivate you. So just take the
Mm.
best from their practices, and go in your authentic way, and don't stop. Don't like, the success is a route from one problem to another problem and solving them. So you just keep going and keep trying. And that's what I'm reminding myself every time when I'm like, oh, it was not good. For example, something was not as I expected. And I'm like, okay, let's try again. you know, that's the mindset that we all should have to be entrepreneurs, because if you don't have it, you just like, okay, I'm failed and now I'm miserable, okay. And you cannot do anything like big if you
Mm.
think like that.
Well, thank you very much,
Yeah.
Natalie. Where can we find you on social media?
On social media, Millionatali on Instagram, I will be glad. And I can give everyone who can message me or who can subscribe for my profile on Instagram or on YouTube, the same name, Millionatali. I can give you my bundle of meditations that I created for myself and my clients. So it's about connection to yourself, about self-confidence, about working with anxiety and stress. So to be more relaxed, more effective at your work. So it really helps, and I can give it for free for anyone who will come
Fantastic.
to my
Well, thank you very much,
profile.
Natali. I really appreciate coming on. It was a pleasure talking to you. And yeah, stay safe and take care.
Thank you so much. I loved so much talking to you, and you're a great interviewer. I love it. Yeah.
Cheers,
Thank
Nats.
you for the
See
work
you.
you're doing.